Hello and welcome to March of War HQ. We've got Rick Shazam, the cameraman, telling me how I'm supposed to take my photos of stuff, and so maybe this time we get it the right way round, we get it the right way up, we put everything we're meant to put in it. And today we will be playing 4,000 points of Imperial Fists against 4,000 points of Sneaky Alpha Legion. So Rick has bought a really elite army of Pride of the Legion with 4 units of troops, all in vehicles, with a couple of the big... They are super heavy. The Typhon, they are super heavies. I was just trying to think if they're super heavies. And the laser destructor Cerberus death cannon machine. And by response, I've brought like all of the troops and snipers and a little bit of tank opening stuff. So we will see what happens in this 4,000 point game of Horus Heresy. And here we go for the seizing of the initiative for the Imperial Fists. Do not sneeze the initiative. So we are on to Alpha Legion, turn 1, and they are everywhere. So I haven't really gone through this. So yeah, the Imperial Fists have set up 5 vehicles on their baseline. And I set up my Leviathan was there. And my command squad was there with Dynat. We got Dynat with us. And we've got 2 Contemptors tucked under there. And that was basically all I put on the board before he did. And then I put my Infiltrators down. So Dynat's Warlord trait lets him give 3 units Infiltrate. So he can do a few things, but he gave them Infiltrate. So we put 20 Breachers front and centre with 4 Lascutters in the squad and a load of Volkite. So the Volkite's not going to do anything, but the Lascutters might be able to open as a tank. We've got a squad of Gal Vorbak gained through the rewards of treachery, and they are hiding down here on this flank, ready to run across and jump on this Land Raider. What was the other unit I gave it to? 1, 2, third unit was... Oh, that was right, my Linnean Terminators, who are round and under here, and are already quite close to the side of this Land Raider. We then have a few, but everything else was basically already had Infiltrate. So we've got a squad of Seekers up in there. We have my freshly painted Saboteur. So he has false colours. So he's half and half. So he's standing with the yellow side towards them so they don't shoot him. So they can't shoot him until he shoots them is his rule. We've got a squad of Snipers up here with the Exodus. We've got a squad of Scout Snipers up in that one. We've got a Headhunter squad. We've got... now these in here... Oh, that's a cool picture. These guys around here are the Efrit Disruption squad. So they have Bane Strike shotguns, which are also naff, it turns out. But but they're cool, so we don't care. And on that, we will go to turn 1 movement phase. So at the end of the movement phase, the Contemptor with the conversion beamer has stepped through and is drawing his line straight down there at that Cerberus. The other Dreadnought, Contemptor, has gone this way with a view to shooting over through there into the dude hiding in the building. The big squad of Breachers have pushed up to get their Lascutters in range. In response, the Spartan has pushed forwards for their reaction. Sniper stayed put. All of these guys stayed put. The Headhunter squad that was here and the Efrit Disruption squad that were here have both pushed forwards and are now really up in there in the dark. So I'm totally going to forget about those and they're going to end up stuck there for the rest of the game. The Command squad have sprinted across from here into this gap. The Snipers stayed where they were. The Levy has pushed up into this cover. The Leonet Terminators have pushed up and poked somewhere in there. Just a few of them have pushed through in order to get the conversion beamers into the side of the Typhon, not Typhus. The Saboteur has nipped across here and jumped up there. So he's still safe, not engaged anybody yet. And this headhunter squad have dropped down 2 floors, so they have run to try and get themselves into a better position for the coming turns. I think that's us for movement and reactions. So now we are on to shooty time. Well, because we don't do dice rolls on camera, and obviously nothing can ever go wrong with the first shot of the first round of the first shooting, the conversion beamer shot in at the Typhon and hit with its strength 12 weapon, which is template, so it was -2, so it was a strength 10. Rolled a 6 for the penetration.
Do I get a 6 up cover?
Go on, intervening. Go on. Yeah, buildings. Yeah.
I need a 6 to stop it.
Needs a 6 to stop it.
Ah.
Not on that. Does Lord of War thing mean it doesn't take all of the death? Okay, so we had a very quick gentleman's agreement that being as I'd told him that my last cutters were range 12, so when they moved, he reacted forwards, but it turned out they're actually only range 8, so he unreacted backwards. So we decided between us, like, he wouldn't have reacted into range because that would have just been stupid. So yeah, that happened. We had a very successful explosion over there. It took a point off of that one. We had a melter from the Dreadnought shot down into the Land Raider and did a wound, a hull point. I think, other than that, everything of mine is either closer quarters or designed for killing troops. So, oh, no, I tell a lie. I missed 2 more conversion beamers.
Yes.
So 2 conversion beamers into the side of your Typhon. And then with the conversion beamers spitting fire across, they both hit. They both managed to get a glance in there. And because you can't see all of the side of the armour, he got intervening cover and managed to bounce one of those on the terrain. So I believe that is the end of the Alpha Legion's turn. And we are over to Imperial Fists. Turn 1, go! Okay, so the Imperial Fists have done their shooty shoots. They shot the massive battle cannon into the Leonid Terminators and killed 4 of them, so that was fairly savage. Oh wait, there's a Spartan missing. The Spartan shot into the breaches, and the breaches returned fire with the las cutters, and it blew up. So that happened. In blowing up, it also killed a Terminator, didn't it?
2 Terminators.
2 Terminators died to the and then the Land Raider shot down at the now missing Contemptor, and that was what the other one shot, didn't it? That was the both the Land Raiders both shot the Contemptor. That finished him off. So then at the beginning of your charge phase, the Terminators attempted to charge into the breaches. They got overwatched. We cut a few more down with las cutters and a bit of Volkite love. And then Alpha Legion being Alpha Legion, it was a 4-inch charge, right? 4-inch with a tape measure. 4 inches from the wall to the guys because they fell back. And so that became -2 for terrain, -2 for Alpha Legion, meaning you needed an 9-inch charge, which they failed. So they surged up to the wall. However, they overwatched. So then the very keen veterans have jumped in there, ready to kick some Alpha Legion bottom. And they are just a bunch of breachers with not a huge amount of combat experience. So we shall see what happens there. So at that, we will get down to a bit of fighty fights, and we'll be back in a minute. Well, that combat went really, 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 really one-sided. Who'd have thought that 10 veterans knowing what they were doing against 20 breachers stood there in the rubble holding their breath was going to go badly? We lost 13. Yep, we lost 13, which is like a good chunk of the squad. It was a 20-man squad. You've got a Vexilla, I've got a Vexilla. I needed Snake Eyes. I did roll a 1 and a 2, so nearly managed to not run away, but no, we failed. But we managed to escape. We have broken and fallen back. I've just thought of a thing we need to check. Does it make a difference because I'm heavy?
Ooh.
Check a thing. No, it's not heavy that means they can't do sweeps and stuff like that. It was the cataphracti word that gains that. So no, I'm good. I've broken away with my breacher unit, and have left them exposed, ready for some incoming fire now. I believe that is the end of the Imperial Fist turn. Quite a successful turn. You murdered quite a lot. We lost a Dreadnought, half a Terminator squad, and most of my breachers. So, I mean, in return, you lost quite a bit of stuff as well. 4 Terminators, is that?
Yeah,
and two big tanks.
Yeah.
It's the downside with putting all your eggs in one basket. If they do blow up on 5s and 6s, it's like, oh no, they've blown up. And so on that, we will go to the Alpha Legion, turn 2. Okay, so at the end of the Alpha Legion movement phase, we did not get any of our reinforcements in yet, but the Leonet Terminators have pushed through the wall, coming through. It's a 10-inch charge, but they might as well come and try and do something. The Gal Vorbak have come hammering out of the gateway. Don't know where they're going yet, but they're going over there. The Efrit Disruption Squad with their Bane Strike shotguns have come out to lay a bit of shotgunnage down. When my command squad moved up, the Imperial Fist popped their once per game reaction, which is called...
I don't know.
It's called We're Going to Charge You.
Yeah, charge if you get too near me.
Cool, right. So I got jumped upon by their once per game reaction. So they charged into my command squad, which has got Dynat in with them. So that's cool. Who else moved? Oh, the Contemptor moved up to get line. So he can either get a shot across into the side of that Sparta, that Land Raider, or into the side of that Typhon. He couldn't get into a position to see the other Spartan at the far end. And around the other side, I'm going to lean across. Around the other side, this Headhunter team dropped down another floor and have lined themselves up for a charge on the Typhon because they have a melter bomb. One melter bomb on the Sergeant. Might be able to do something. Snipers up here, sat with a nice view down, looking into the battle going on, so they're going to nail some Terminators with a bit of luck. And I think we're on to the shooting phase. Okay, so at the end of the shooting phase, we've basically rattled firing from snipers, from Seekers, from the Exodus and the Recon team, from... Oh, we hadn't actually done the las cutters and stuff yet either, so they were a thing. Oh no, they were broken, weren't they? They were falling back.
Yeah.
They fell back. That's why they didn't shoot. There was a reason.
Yeah.
Basically, they shot so many Terminators, the Terminators had to run away. The Bane Strike combi shotgun, the Bane Strike shotguns have a thing called the Hydra's Wail on them, which means you are -1 leadership after you've been shot by it, which has then turned out to be really useful when they're then initially an initial minus for being cowardly Imperial Fists. No, so yeah, they ran away, they went 10 inches, they fell right back out the way. And we are now on to the charge phase. Okay, and in the murder brawl in the middle, the Imperial Fists somehow didn't all get absolutely slaughtered, despite being in contact with my command squad, a legendary hero that is Dynat, and 10 Gal Vorbak. They managed to successfully fall back, scramble over the barricades, break combat, and fall back 3 inches. I don't quite know how they managed that one, but that is some Imperial Fist shenanigizing. The melter bomb over the far side went and did 1 more wound on the Typhon. Other than that, we are now on to Imperial Fists, turn 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the shooting phase, the Demolisher on the Typhon shot at the Gal Vorbak that were standing here in this big open spot, and I popped the once per game reaction to reposition one of the smoke and mirrors, to reposition one of them into here, and then move the rest of them in with it, which meant all the rest of its shots were wasted. The las cannons on this Land Raider rattled into the command squad and blew like 4 of those away. And the las cannons off of the Spartan put a dint in my Leonet Terminators. The other exciting thing that happened was reinforcements have arrived. What's his name?
Evander Garius.
Evander Garius
Yeah.
deep-struck his way in, made the charge.
The Tyrant of Chthoniya.
There you go. The Tyrant of Chthoniya came in and punched the rest of my Lane A Terminators to death with his giant fist of doom. So I am now out of Lane A Terminators, and the Warlord is now on the table. So it seems like the time to kill the Warlord. Slay the Warlord's a thing, so let's see how this goes. On to Alpha Legion turn 3. Okay, so Alpha Legion turn 3. The Assault Squad finally made it in their reinforcement phase. The Rhino comes trundling on with a load of tactical marines in it. The Shotgun Squad have pushed up. The Efrit Disruption Squad, aren't they? They've pushed up and they're surrounding these remaining few vets. The Breach has pushed up to try and get the Lascutters into range of the Typhon, and the Typhon has reacted backwards out of range of me, so that was a shame. My Headhunter Squad have come through the wall with their Bane Strike Combi Bolters, looking at this squad of veterans. The Gal Vorbak have sighted the Warlord and his entourage over there, so they're just making a complete beeline for him, just running across the table in the wrong direction. Who else moved around? The Dreadnought, the Leviathan, came busting through the wall. He's here ready to wreck some Spartan, yep. Wreck a Spartan. These guys stayed put up in the building because they've got a nice view down into this squad down below. Same with the... Can I zoom in anymore? Yeah, same with these guys over here. They're staying up in their bell tower with a nice bit of plunging fire down into the Warlord. So now we shall go and do a bit of shoots, and we'll be back shortly. Okay, so in the charge phase, this squad of Assault Marines have charged into the remaining 3 Terminators there. This squad of Headhunters have charged into the side of the Typhon, hoping they can melter-bomb it to death. This squad of Headhunters have rushed out and charged the remaining 3 or 4 vets in the middle. And is that it? Oh no, Leviathan. Round here. The Leviathan needed like a 2-inch charge and made a 12, so he was fine. He was very keen to get in there. And we're going to go do some fights, and we shall see what remains in a minute. Okay, and with the combat resolved down here, there was another Terminator fell to the Leviathan. And these melter bombs didn't work. Oh no, you broke out of combat, didn't you? You moved away because you never engaged with vehicles. You shot a load of the Gal Vorbak. The Gal Vorbak took an absolute nailing from the Typhon that turn. Other than that, oh no, there was a big one. You killed Garrow. Garrow. He's not Garrow.
He's not Garrow.
He's Dynat. He's the Harrow Master, is what he is.
Harrow, not Garrow.
Harrow, not Garrow. Yeah, so Harrow, not Garrow, was shot to death through the doorway. So we have Warlord. And at that, we start the Alpha Legion turn 4. So in the movement phase, the Gal Vorbak pushed up. Turned out, I had a squad of 5 melters, just regular little tactical support squad, hiding underneath there. They pushed out. Right, so yeah, so that was the movement. The Breach has pushed across, and the Rhino moved up. Yeah. Then we went straight into the shooting phase. The shooting phase, we had the Contemptor and the Melters and the Snipers up here with the Exodus, and around there, the Seekers in this building, and where is he? There he is, the Saboteur, all plunged fire into the squad of 10 Tartarus that were standing there, and they're now not standing there. The Lascutters from the Breachers managed to take out the Land Raider. Where else did we do? Oh no, sorry, these snipers shot across at them with the Tartaruses as well. That basically concluded the shooting phase, and then we went straight into combat where this squad with the melter bombs managed to chink the last wound off of the Typhon. So at that point, it was actually end of game. Good game, mate. Nice one, dude. That turn snowballed really, really, really quickly. I was really concerned when you sent me your list, and then I didn't look at your list and I built my army, and then I was even more concerned because I'd forgotten you got so many tanks, and I think it all went sideways with that turn 1 accidental death of 2 major vehicles. It's like, yeah, I really enjoy playing the Alpha Legion. They're very shenanigan-y. The Fists, to me, that 3-up save's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty savage. It's the only way to run them.
Yeah.
Why would you do anything else?
Why would you? So what gives them the 3-up save?
The Vigil Storm Shield, which is Imperial Fists specific, I think.
So can the Huskarls have those?
Oh, yes.
So like I've done with my Gal Vorbak, they've come through my Rewards of Treachery rule. And so what I can do is I could take a squad of Huskarls, and I was saying to you, I'd quite like to do it and paint them up half Alpha Legion, half Imperial Fists. So next time we play, you might be facing some Imperial Fists as well.
And they're ruthless, weapon skill 5, battle hardened.
Oh, nice! They're going to be disgusting, man. But that was a really, really savage game. Well, thank you very much for coming down. I've really enjoyed that. Yeah, no worries, man. Hopefully now we're underway, we'll be able to get some more of this in. It'll be nice to play a few more games and mix it up a bit, and maybe look at doing something bigger and getting the full table set up and do.
Yeah. Well, I can bring I've got another 22,000 points of fists.
22,000 points of fists. Nice. Well, me and Sam had this because my World Eaters were at that sort of numbers, but what we hadn't realised, because I pillaged my World Eaters to make my word bearers.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of the stuff that was either undesignated or we moved across to be the word bearers. And so when we played our game the other week, we discovered we actually haven't got. I'm only just at sort of 10k with the world eaters now. Only 10k. So I'm a bit shy on the ground. But I've got gaps in that army. It never quite made sense because it was one of the early ones we did before we knew what we were doing. So there are things to be added. But that was great fun again. Do all the like, share, subscribe-y things. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Do the like, share, subscribes. Train and things and scatter and everything is available on the website. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Take it easy, guys. Bye, Rick.